And we're back to Backstage, filmed here at the Spinning Wheel Complex. And we're sitting here talking today with Rasta Rebel. Now, before we went to break, we started to talk about your influence coming up in the music world and who inspired you to get into what you're getting into. Do you feel as an artist that you are also influencing other people that are coming up behind you?
Most definitely, most definitely. Right now, the youths are singing my songs. Right now, my sister told me I gave her a CD. She had her little sons, be singing these songs, and they're real catchy. So when the youths are catchy things, they catch on to it.
Yes.
So when the youths are singing your song, so you're doing good things.
Yeah.
It's captivating their mind, you know what I mean? It's not easy to get the attention as youth. So when they hear a good song from Rasta Rebel, they take on to it. So I'm inspiring them, when people come up to me in the streets and encourage me, and that's when them know they could do the same thing once they put their mind to it, with the faith. Yeah. So you know what I mean? So yeah, it's both ways. I'm inspired and I'm inspiring.
Okay, so let's talk about your lyrical content.
Yeah.
Now, with Candlelight, with Tasha, there was a story behind that. Yeah. Your latest song, My Prayer, which we'll be talking about later on. Actually, we're going to be featuring the video from that later on in the show as well. Let's talk about that. Where do you draw that inspiration from to write your music?
Well, first of all, it comes from the Most High, Because enough times I write a song, I talk to the Father for the guidance and the lyrics and you know what I mean, the message. So ultimately it comes from him.
Okay.
Down to me. And other things, I might see a book or read a newspaper or I might hear something else that triggers a word. Sometimes it just takes one word for me to get a verse. Okay. I gotta see one word and you know what I mean? Because when you're into that, that's what you're into. You know what I mean? And then the rhythm, especially if it got a beat. A lot of times I got a song and I put it on record, I ain't got the track yet. But a lot of times the beat, tells you what to put on it. You know what I mean? So the beat's very important.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So you start with sometimes about no track and they get it, then they got a track built.
So it's a process that you go through each time.
Each time.
And of course, this is not something that is rushed, of course.
No,
you take your time to make sure it's done.
Right, make sure I make sure my introduction's hot, because that's the first thing they hear. You gotta have a hot intro, and the whole song's gotta be hot.
Yeah.
But the intro's gotta be catchy. So when they hear that, they ain't gonna skip to the next song when they hear your morning.
So they want to listen. Resonate to it. Yeah,
they want to listen. So it's all about this. Sometimes it take me a couple of days for an intro, or a couple of hours, and I try to write from the intro to the chorus. I don't need to touch the verses yet. Once I master that, that's done. I lock that off, then I go to the verse. Or some songs I could do right through.
Right.
One time.
But
depends on the feeling and the emotion. Yeah.
Okay.
And the message you want to get. Like a little dancehall song, I could just do that real quick. But a cultural song with meaning and a love song, you know what I mean? It takes time because you got to, it's got to be real.
Now, for me, knowing you as long as I have, and we've had conversations before, about your music, and we've sat down, we've talked. The one thing you don't do is you do not name drop, but I have to name drop for you, okay? Because I know what you're about. I know how humble you are in regards to that. But let's talk about some of the artists that you have done compilations with.
Well, I've done songs with local artists.
Yep, local and foreign, whomever.
Internationally, I've done a song with Capleton. It was a great pleasure to do work with him, and he agreed to do work and the agreement.
Yep.
That was a great, he gave me a little boost same way for his market. And I'm done some with Hype Type, Dalroy Johnson, Ramon Clark, like I said, and Tasha. Yeah, and many more to come.
Yeah.
Yeah, to name a few, yeah.
So you're on your way that...
I forgot, and Miss Tish.
Oh, yes.
Tish I
was actually coming up to that right now.
Yeah, big up Tish. She does a lot of harmonies for me, like on My Prayer and If You Love Me and all that. Got some more work we're going to do soon in the studio. And big up her brother Leroy Francis. He customized a lot of beats for me, like My Prayer beat, If You Love Me. You know what I mean? And Donald Robertson, like I said, in the future. He does a lot of tracks for me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So you've done all these singles.
Yeah.
When is the album coming out?
Well, the album's coming early next year. I'm yet to name the album. I'm thinking of Warrior Nation. You know what I mean? Something like that. But I'm still going through the process. I'm still going through copyright and, you know what I mean, registering, publishing, and Writers Association. Yeah. Was the next big step for me is that.
And would you recommend naming just those things right there? Would you recommend that for artists to
Every artist has to do that. If you're taking it serious and you want to make that your job to say, or you know what I mean, your hobby, whatever. If you're taking it serious, you have to register. You have to do PRS, ASCAP, BMI, Writers Association, publishing, copyright. You know what I mean? So I'm in the midst of that right now, and all the tracks that I'm bought for people, I got to register them up. you never could really outright on a track unless you make it yourself.
Right.
No matter how much money you spend for a guy to make a track for you, it's only you're basically paying them studio time.
Yes.
So whenever you take off, things like it's got to be registered, and of course they get mechanical rights. But you're not outright really on a track unless you make it yourself.
Okay.
So people have to know that, and they have to split up the publishing and the royalties, and you know what I mean.
Right. Now let's go back a little bit. We talked about earlier about your family being 7-day.
Yeah.
Okay. And I made a joke of you being a rebel against that.
Well, I've been a rebel, you don't know.
But been a rebel. How did your parents really come around, or did they ever come around to the fact that this is what you wanted? This is who Rasta Rebel was. I mean, yes, you have the faith and everything else that goes along with that, but the music that you chose to do, how did they react to that?
Well, as a young you, as you listen to the music, they say a lot of stuff. Oh, turn that music up, this, that, you know what I mean? And I just kept listening to it because that's what I love. And they to say now how I'm doing, they're really happy for me to do this positive change in my life, because you don't know, as a rebel, real rebel in the streets, and I'm still a rebel, but I'm humble and wiser now.
But just a rebel in music?
Yeah, music.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So that's, I'm still a rebel to say. But so yeah, they give me encouragement. They know what they do. They know this keeps me occupied. You know what I'm saying? From the life I used to live. And they're pretty much happy to encourage me. Okay.
Your family heritage, like most Bermudians, we have heritage that go to the West Indies, to Jamaica, and where's your family heritage come from?
My grandma's father from Jamaican and the islands, and my mother and them. So I've got the Jamaican, all African, black people. So it comes down to the Caribbean, to Jamaica, and some other small islands, I guess, where my mother was from. So it's all Caribbean, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I've got that inborn concepts in me.
Okay, so your music now is changed a little.
Yeah.
I mean, you still do the dancehall that you do.
I did do the dancehall.
Yeah, but you, like I said, let's talk about your latest project. And I've been listening to it, and it's been very well received. And we're talking about My Prayer.
Oh, My Prayer.
Yeah, let's talk about that. How did that come about?
Well, My Prayer, like I said, I told the Father, I said, I need a good song, Father, to exalt you. Pretty much, I could play anywhere and every day. And I had the melody. I was going to the studio. Actually, I booked the studio time for the guy to make the beat for what I heard. So the night before, I was up finding the chorus, spent a little while to get the chorus. Then I got a piece of the first verse. And went sleep one night in my head. And then the next day it was rainy, so I weren't working. So I had that day, Jah gave me the time to do that. I sat here for a couple hours and came up with this song, My Prayer. I ran up to the studio that evening and laid down and got the beat for My Prayer built, demo style. Done it, he built the thing, gave me the demo. He loved it. I was like, you sure? Because I'm a perfectionist. And he said, look, that's it. So he built the beat. A couple of days later, he called me, came up, heard it, and I done the original final cut to it.
Okay. And on that note, we'll be right back after this. And when we come back, we're going to be talking about you getting that videotaped and where you got it done to.
Yeah, man.
So we'll be back again here at the Spinning Wheel Complex with Backstage with Rasta Rebel. I'm Mr. Magic. We'll see you in a few minutes.